Communication can go wrong when we're talking to people from different backgrounds, cultural backgrounds. Today, we're going to look at our audience again and how culture impacts the way we present or should impact the way we present. So, for those who know me, I am Belgian and I'm married to a Brazilian. We live in Portugal. Cultural. So, we live cultural. We live with consequences of talking to people from different cultural backgrounds. And we have learned how much not only our words have different meaning, but our gestures, intonation, there's languages use their nonverbal communication different. So today we're going to look at 4 things you can do or you should think about that can help you to adapt your presentation really as much as possible so that you can be culturally, now I forgot the word, relevant when it comes to presenting to different cultures. So my name is Joyce Combo. Welcome here at Presentation and Conversation, and let's get started. So the first thing we need to do, well, we need to be culturally aware. Meaning we need to do a research. If you know that there will be different people from different cultural backgrounds, so you have a mixed culture that you are speaking to, then try to look at your presentation, look at the words, the phrases, the examples that you're using, and try to look or discern if there are any of those that could be misunderstood because of a different cultural background. When you speak to homogeneous cultures, so everyone coming from the same culture, then you can play around with those things, with phrases, with metaphors, with examples from within that culture. So you can do your research and you can use those things as a connector. For example, certain sports for certain countries like Brazil and football. There's little that you can do wrong using football as an example for people to understand certain things. So as a metaphor in Brazil. So the second thing we can do is use universal examples, especially when you're talking to people from diverse backgrounds. Use those examples that you are quite certain of that everyone will understand. For example, animals or geography or dishes, foods. You can speak about these things using those as examples to bring across your meaning. Third thing that I want to suggest is know who your target audience is. We all know that it's important to know who you're talking to. Like, who do you want to influence really within your audience? Is it, for example, teachers that you want to impact? Is it artists? You need to know who you want to impact. And then within that group, there are certain terminology that you can use. But even then, you need to be careful if any of those examples could be misunderstood in certain cultures. So be aware of that. And lastly, when using comparisons, use it wisely. So sometimes we like to go into comparing certain cultural things to help people understand the differences, or we want to use humor or even stereotyping, but know that that can come across offensively. So you need to do it with care and not overdo it. So these were my 4 things that I wanted to suggest to you, how you can adapt your presentation to really help you connect with your audience when it comes to culture. I hope you have enjoyed this. Let me know if there is anything you thought of that I didn't mention. Let me know in the comments. And next week, we're going to continue with this series, looking at our audience. See you again next